Now, let's be real. I want you guys to understand that it is one thing to land a client and another thing to keep that client, and also to keep the client coming back, trusting you with their cherished business, their dreams, their livelihoods. And that's the air I'm gonna be clearing up for you guys in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Just in case you're new here, my name is Chioma from Oma's Academy, and in today's video I'll be diving into something that is really close to my heart, on how to work with clients the right way as a virtual assistant. So whether you're just starting up or you're already juggling multiple clients, this lesson is going to transform how you approach your work and client relationships. In this video, you're going to learn how to build trust that keeps clients coming back, what truly being professional looks like, and why relationship building is just as important as your tech skills, and lastly, the mindset shift they're going to be needing to become a client's most trusted asset. And yes, I will share a personal story of how you can build that rhythm of trust with clients, because trust has a rhythm. So first things first, what does client trust really mean to you? In a workspace environment, that trust is not just about typing fast or knowing how to use so many technical tools or being a tech savvy. This is about honing your professional environmental skills, which is also known as soft skills, that can help skyrocket your chances of greater opportunities. This is about trust and relationships, because honestly, people don't just work with you because you're smart, or maybe the way you presented yourself on your resume, your CV, or that you have lots of certificates. No, they work with you and continue working with you because they trust you. They trust your capabilities, your ability to deliver, and etc. They feel comfortable knowing that you're gonna show up for them even at the last moment. And guess what? This trust is not something that you can build overnight. You build it bit by bit, task by task, call by call, voice note by voice notes, even in how you reply their emails. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking everything down into two crucial parts, which is how you can build your rhythm to earn that trust, and how to also build your client relationships. And before that magic happens, now I want you to take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath right now. Check within yourself, your capabilities, deep down. Just ask yourself this question and be sincere to yourself. If someone hired you today, what's gonna make them feel safe in your hands? Because that's what trust really is. Emotional safety. Safe to delegate, safe to speak freely, safe to focus on other things while you handle the rest. So we're going to start with the reading part. There was this time I was working with this client who literally called me like 5 minutes before her meeting. She was like, Chioma, please, can you help me work on this slide right now? And can you help me cross-check the figures on the 6th slide? Oh my God. As at then, I was still juggling other multiple tasks, which was still assigned to me by her, of course, and it was actually like still important for that same meeting, and now she's giving me another work to do on top of that. Meanwhile, I was actually running behind schedule. Not like I was running behind schedule, but like I was kind of like, time was almost going against me, because I needed to get everything ready before 5 minutes. So despite thinking about the whole pressures and everything, well, I felt, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? Like, that's what I thought within me. I was kind of like, should I say I developed the cold feet? I was scared, and at some point, I just decided to take a deep breath. Like, I was like, just one step at a time, and I'm gonna get through this within the blink of an eye. So I was like, okay, no problem, just a smile on my face, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this done in 2 minutes. And guess what? I ended up delivering the task smoothly. See, under that same pressure, I was able to maintain my calmness. It was able to help me accomplish the given task, because I knew how important this whole thing was to her business. And to be quite honest, during that period, she came to me to assign that urgent task to me. I felt, I knew she felt confident that I was gonna be able to deliver, because I've worked with her occasionally and I've been efficient, I've shown my capabilities, I've and I'm sure she's been like observing me every step of the way, and that's probably why she kind of like was able to trust me with such thing at that moment. And that was not the only time it happened. She kept on confiding in me to do all these tasks, and she kept confiding in me to do some tasks of which she knows I was going to be efficient in delivering accurately. And that and again, this calmness, the way I was able to maintain my calmness over the pressure was something that I've always anticipated. In fact, ever since I got a job, I've always, as a virtual assistant, I've always prepared myself that a day like this is gonna come. So from after the onboarding session where I started working with her and everything, though I've been able to deliver my task and everything, those are the little rhythms I've been building. And then her assigning this urgent task to me and I was able to deliver unfailingly has actually like performed the magic. It has actually like sealed it that, oh, this person is someone that I confide in, someone I can actually rely on to deliver even at a dead moment. So that's how it starts. They'll start by giving you small tasks that look like nothing, such as replying to messages fast, being polite, like updating them every step of the way without them even asking. Maybe you just be like, okay, I'm done with this XYZ, should I transform this into this or this, which one is your preference? Or you'd be like, do you want me to go ahead with this? You see, these tiny little habits actually builds trust. Then with time, you see that they'll start sending you bigger things, and before you know it, you're no longer micromanaging. Sometimes they'll just be like, when they see how smart you are, they'll be like, Chioma, you know better, just run it the way you think best. And when you get to that moment, just know that you have entered their trusted circle, and that's the goal. And the secret to building this trust is by flowing with this rhythm, being able to deliver on time, asking smart questions, anticipating their needs. Before you know it, you're leading in sync. But for that to happen, you actually have to do a few things intentionally. One is by being consistent. I don't actually mean that it should be perfect, but just show up. Keep to your words. If you say you're gonna be delivering something by 4 p.m., make sure you deliver at exactly 4 p.m. No more, no less. You should also understand their flow. Most clients, they actually like updates. Maybe some just want bullet points in their reports, while some love a specific tools like Slack, and while some just love email. Like their preferences, don't force their style. Instead, you should just learn their pattern. Again, you have to learn to be calm under pressure. Yes, you're going to be getting urgent requests a lot of times, sometimes when you don't even expect. So whenever that happens, even at the last minute, don't panic. The first thing you should just do is take a deep breath. When you take a deep breath, don't forget to always keep a smiley face, a friendly face actually. And even if you can't do it, be sure to communicate to them. Don't just take up on something that you know that you can't deliver. And again, ask questions, not just dumb questions, ask important questions. Don't just assume on something. Maybe if you're given something, you can just be like, do you want me to follow this old format or create something new? Like, they will appreciate it. Just when a client starts calling you before important meetings or whatsoever, or even forwarding you confidential documents without blinking, that is a sign. That is a sign that you've built your rhythm of trust. You've become that somebody that they can lean on. So that's how it is. To actually build this trust, the trust timeline has 4 phases. Just like I said earlier, trust is not built overnight. It is built step by step in stages. And I'm gonna be listing the 4 phases. Phase 1 is observation. Clients are watching how you respond. They're watching how you take corrections. They're also watching how you communicate. The second phase is testing. They start giving you more complex tasks to see how you can handle pressure and details. And the third phase is transfer. They give you access to start managing their inbox, slides, or even their whole project without them getting involved. And the last part is emotional trust. Emotional trust is when they start opening up to you and they'll be like, I really need your help today. And whenever they come to you with that, just know that you become a trusted partner. In fact, to give you a better understanding, I'm gonna be giving you real world scenarios of what trust looks like in action. And I'm giving you 3 examples that captures how that trust is being formed in VA client relationships. The first scenario is a nervous new client. Whenever they hire a VA for the first time, they'll start double checking everything. So my advice for you is, as a newly hired VA, what you have to do is just to be extra clear, report progress often, keep sending them mini updates eventually, and with that, your steadiness is going to relax them. The second scenario is about an overwhelmed client. Overwhelmed clients are always swamped with responsibilities, they're always busy, they're always occupied, they're barely responsive. But in conclusion, they always expect results. So what you do as a VA, what you have to do is you have to always be proactive. This type of people, you have to always like think ahead, organize their chaos, even make some offers, like maybe just be like, maybe just tell them something like, okay, I've taken the liberty to organizing these files. Why don't you let me know if this structure works, or should I do it the other way around? No, that way you get, they don't always have to start instructing you from beginning. You are the person that is always doing things before they even ask. Trust me, clients like this fall in love with VAs that lighten their mental load. So the next example I'm going to be giving you is about a client who is a detailed perfectionist. They want things done for them in a certain way, in their own specific way, their own preference, yes? So what you have to do as a VA is study their preferences, ask for templates, mirror their style. And once you've mastered their style and you're delivering things according to how they want it, that's when they get relaxed and delegate freely. Next, we'll be moving on to practical tips that helps you build trust as a VA. And these practical things are the things that makes clients feel like they can count on you. The first one is, in fact, I want you to do this, start now and start doing it, just in case you've been lagging behind. The first thing to do is always confirm instructions. Pay attention to details, whether you're listening or is something that is written. Maybe whenever they tell you something, to show they're actively listening, you'll be like, okay, just to clarify, you want, maybe if they just tell you to do something, or maybe they give you an instruction, be like, just to clarify, you want me to do this or that, you know, something like that. Secondly, you can actually use tools like Loom, Notion, or probably Google Docs to summarize your understanding of the big tasks that have been assigned to you. Next, you ask questions. Don't just assume. And as always, be consistent. So the second part is have an ownership mindset. Train yourself, build yourself to have an ownership mindset. You see, clients love VAs who takes ownership. By taking ownership, it means that you don't always have to wait for reminders. You spot errors on time before they even become mistakes. You follow up your clients whenever they forget to respond. You learn their flow, like, do they like this or do they like that, you know, something like that, their preferences. And the third option of practice on how to build trust is knowing your boundaries and maintaining professionalism. Trust grows whenever you set a healthy boundary. For professionalism, you don't have to overshare problems. You always deliver on time. And whenever you're doing anything, just keep it kind and professional. Another thing is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is very, 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 very important. A client once said that the best VAs are the VAs that senses when something is off. So being emotionally intelligent means being able to read tone, responding with empathy, being human, not just robotic, staying calm under pressure, being able to prioritize and communicate clearly. And last but not the least is admitting to your mistakes and trying to fix the problems as fast as possible. We're all human beings, we're not perfect. There's actually nothing wrong in there's actually nothing wrong in making a mistake. The only thing that matters is, are you able to own your mistakes? Are you able to apologize when necessary? If I apologize whenever it's necessary, and try to, in fact, offer to fix those mistakes immediately. Don't ghost it. Don't just hide about it, because clients actually forgive VAs who are honest, and they drop those who hide, deflect, or delay. So moving on to the next part about building relationships. First of all, you will have to understand that you are in a professional environment, and in that professional environment there is work that needs to be done, obviously, of which definitely results needs to be shown for it. And with that being said, you should also keep it in mind that that client they're working with is also a person. Okay, listen attentively to this. Your client is not a company. They are not a logo. They're not some kind of different, they're not some different kind of creatures. They're not CEO 23 on your Notion board. They are human beings, I repeat. Human beings just like you and I. Human beings with goals, ideas, visions, stress, insecurities, and then sometimes even confusion. So at your work environment, don't just approach the relationship like, oh, I'm just here to work and then go. No. Instead, approach it like you are a partner to this person. You are here to help them win. You are here to help them achieve their goals. Trust me, once you develop this mindset, it's going to really take you far. And I've learned that a lot of these clients, especially the CEOs, the founders, the startup heads, they don't always have everything figured out. Of which some of them are actually like open to having conversations. Sometimes they may just be testing some ideas that comes to mind, or sometimes they just need someone to bounce them off their thoughts and lead them in the right direction. And maybe sometimes they'll just come to you and be like, hey, let's talk about this. What do you think we're doing with this? What do you think the risks are? What do you think the risks are? What do you think the benefits are going to be? And trust me, sometimes as a VA, you're going to find yourself in this situation one day. And trust me, when the opportunity comes at your door, do your best to take advantage of it. Seize that advantage to contribute meaningfully to that person. Make meaningful contributions, yes, because sometimes clients might have something, like a certain thing they are doing in their company, or maybe they just need to make sure that they are like making the right direction towards it. So whenever I get the opportunity, grab it. And for you to do that, you have to start by asking them how they came about it, what inspired this direction, what prompted this decision. Are we focusing more on growth or brand visibility this quarter? Like simple questions like that shows that you are thinking with them beyond just completing your task. You're mentally present, you care about what you're doing, and trust me, that's the kind of VA that sticks. So whenever I ask all these questions, clients are gonna be happy. They'll be willing to fill you up on everything, on every single details. And don't just like listen. While you're explaining, try to grab whatever they're saying, try to know their thought process so that you can know how you can ask questions, make meaningful contributions, and so on. You can even give them ideas that can yield profitability. And trust me, whenever that works out, you see that they'll always want to confide in you next time, every step of the way on whatever they are doing. And that's it. And that's how you've actually like sealed that relationship, that client-worker relationship. Because you've helped them identify their problems, you've helped them win, and continuously, whenever something comes to their mind, they already know who they can come up with. And that brings us back to trust again, because now they can actually like confide and trust that yes, you are someone that they'll rely on, that can actually give them a definite result or a process or idea or whatever. Now let me say this, when I mean client relationship, I'm not saying that you have to be tight besties with your employer. The only thing that just matters is just for you to be pleasant and then personable. And by being pleasant and personable, maybe whenever you notice they're feeling down, maybe you can just drop a message, maybe something like, oh, I noticed you're feeling down, or maybe I noticed that things have been tight for you lately. Is there any way that I can support better? No, something like that. Like you trying to offer to, should I say, free them from their burdens via work-related aspects. And you see, this one small message can actually do a lot, and you don't know. Sometimes it even helps for you to even remember like birthdays or maybe lunch events they're meant to attend to, like remind them of all those things. And then or you can even ask stuff like, oh, how was the webinar yesterday? By doing this, it kind of like builds emotional connections. And the best part, when the working relationship has now become solidified, you start getting access to more opportunities. opportunities, because one client might even refer you to another, and before you know it, you're getting booked because you're the best typist, you're the best at what you do, you're the best at this, because you are reliable, relatable, and then respectful. So as a VA, if you want to really start building that relationship, I'm going to give you like few actionable tips on how you can do that. And I'll be listing 4 tips. First of all, give input. Maybe you can even like find something and you be like, or maybe you can even give input. Maybe you see what they are doing, I know it better too. You be like, oh, I found a better tool that can do this better. Do you want to try it? Be curious too. Try to find out things. Don't just like, you have to be present, yes, in meetings to know what's going on, because this act shows that you're putting in your energy, like you're being attentive to everything that is going on. And secondly, you have to be flexible. Things can change unexpectedly, and it's left for you to know how you can adapt. Don't just like adapt randomly, just adapt in a graceful way. And lastly, just be human. Be kind, be respectful, etc. and all that. Now, I can't just teach you or talk about all these tips without like giving you something to practice on. I'm going to like advise you, or if you've been making mistakes randomly, now that you've watched this video, advise that you start reflecting on your weekly activities in your work environment. And for you to hone this practice, I want you to try this. First of all, think about the last person you've worked with, whether it's in your school or maybe you're doing your volunteering activities. Then try to reflect back if you were able to build trust. Did you make something easier for them? Did you make something easier for your clients? Did you anticipate or did you contribute to anything regarding their success? Or if you didn't, then think about what are the things that you should do that would have made things better. Like, what could you have done better? And secondly, next time you talk to someone professionally, try using their name more often and then asking a curious question. By questions, I mean smart questions, not just dumb or random generic questions, okay? And finally, try to practice by recording a 1-minute voice note, as if you're introducing yourself to a real client. Practice sounding confident, warm, and clear. Trust me, this exercise is going to boost your delivery. And trust me, when you reflect and practice all these things, it's going to help you grow from being a virtual assistant to a trusted partner. So just like I said earlier, these things are not something you build immediately. You're going to make small steps, starting by showing up. Secondly, studying your clients. Be proactive, know their preferences, stay professional but human, of course. Whenever you're texting, you smile. Whenever you're speaking to them, just always be in a good mood. Even though things are getting hectic, try to maintain your calmness, just little by little, and contribute when you can. Don't just smile everything. Try to bring up some suggestions. It actually leaves a good impression. Then you follow through. Make sure you follow through accurately. Whenever you say you're going to do this by this, make sure you deliver exactly at that particular time frame. So guys, thank you for sticking with me through this session. You see, this part of working with clients, trust me, is a very big game changer. And trust me, once you get it right, your VA journey becomes smoother, sweeter, and rewarding. Remember, your ultimate goal is not just completing tasks, it's about being indispensable, the way you can actually last longer with your clients. And not just be a VA that only knows how to be tech savvy. Be that VA that a client feels lucky to have. That's at Oma's Academy. We don't just train our students to know how to use tools. We also like train them in professional skills with real world mindset and mastery. Alright, so keep growing, keep glowing, and don't you forget this. Don't ever forget. Always keep it at the back of your mind that your clients are also humans just like you. If you love this video, give it a thumbs up and then subscribe to my channel for more videos. You can also visit our website using the link in the description box below to enroll for your full virtual assistant course. It's packed with templates, client case studies, and coaching. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.